How's it going, everyone? Alex Duos here, and welcome to Echo, interesting little indie game on Steam that I saw and figured I'd pick this up and give it a shot. It seems to be a stealth game where the AI learns or unlocks abilities based off of what you do, and this is some real Aeon Flux stuff going on here. So let's just go ahead and jump into it.
All our songs were about it. A magical place of life without end. A palace of untold wonders. But only for the worthy. So our lives were desperately dedicated to qualify. Pinpoint perspective on the great reward. Only I never wanted to go. Those words alone could mean death. So when I ran, I knew it meant never stopping to catch my breath. If I wanted to live. And so it was. Yet here I am. The place I spent my whole life escaping. I feel like shit.
Of course you do. Your wound has healed. The pain is from the stasis and will pass within a week. The nausea will linger, probably intensify when you start to realize that more than 100 years have passed. Everything you knew is gone. This is not another one of your running away from home excursions. Your grandfather won't send someone to pick you up this time. That's all gone now.
So you decided not to like me. But you've had a century to plan what to say, and that's it? How about you screwed up the best deal we ever had, or you come waltzing in here giving orders, or even Foster died because of you, you stupid bitch. I don't like me much either. But I can fix this. I can bring him back.
I don't know how you hope to achieve that, little miss, but I suggest you start your efforts by laying back down. Loss of motor skills is common even for experienced long haulers, which I suspect you are not.
Okay.
I suppose you had a long time to mull things over. Nothing I can say will change your mind.
Okay, that's a little twitchy. What's this? Oh. Okay. But I guess our protagonist is trying to bring somebody back from the dead. She seems to have issues with her grandfather. Let's see. Now it looks like the only controls I have right now are walking. Let's just see what's this way.
So where is he?
He? Oh, you mean the cube. Yes, I had a very good look at that while you were asleep. I think you're in for a disappointment. Nothing suggests any sentience. No interface to access the thing, nor any reason to do so.
Whoa.
There's nothing in there. It's just a pretty cube.
If we knew how to operate it, we wouldn't have had to come here. This is how I see it. You don't answer to my orders, and yet you took us this far, so clearly I'm not the only one hoping that I can achieve something. I can work with that.
Not hope. Respect. For Foster. God knows why, but he wanted me here. The stupid lighter proves it. I suspect staying wasn't even an option, considering how you stumbled on board covered in blood, demanding departure a week ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Respect, then. That'll work too.
I guess that's the game's not so subtle way of saying, go this way, idiot. Still, kind of cool. I wonder if that's a robot or the ship's AI or whatever she's talking to. I guess it's possible a human could be alive after 100 years. This is the future, after all. I think. What do we have here?
I need a suit.
That's one take on the "I need a weapon" line from a certain shooter you may or may not be familiar with.
I don't see anything but ice.
It's not ice. I don't know that we can even trust what we see. This whole planet eluded detection until about a week ago. No visual cues, no gravitational pull, nothing. Even with the exact coordinates, I nearly missed it.
We're looking for a palace.
Why am I not surprised?
Give it a rest, will you? Can you see any structures on the planet?
You're looking at it. It's all one big structure, planet-wide. No palace, though. I'm guessing it's some corporate state's illegitimate mining project from the pre-requisition rush. That would explain the heavy clouding measures. The planet is most likely depleted of all resources. An empty shell. Hope the old man didn't pay too much for the coordinates.
You have no idea. Just get me down there. I'll go see for myself.
I see they subscribe heavily to the Star Wars school of ship design, where symmetry is vastly overrated.
You should get off the surface too.
Alright, let's pick a direction and go.
It's impressive, really.
Okay, so that's how
I'm enabling the suit's assist mode to compensate for your inexperience.
There's something here. It must be some sort of release mechanism. Did you hear that? It's definitely doing something. There's an opening down there. It's too far to jump, though.
The suit will soften your landing if charged sufficiently.
And if not?
It will stop you from leaping.
Okay.
The suit reads your intentions from your synaptic activity and receives commands from your voice or eye movements. A bit archaic, but Foster trusted that suit with his life.
Cutting edge doesn't go well with space travel. The journey here alone made the suit an antique.
It's not the suit's performance that worries me.
Okay, the suit stores energy in cells. Alright, that's what that is. Cause for an action is in yellow. And, auto charges. Good. Let's go this way, because why not? Maybe not. Interesting landscape design.
It's falling apart. It all looks strangely warped. I wonder how long it's been here.
A composite like that should last forever, but it all looks ready to crumble.
It must be ancient.
I don't know if this is going to be the kind of game that has like loot or anything laying around. Never hurts to check though.
This place was made for humans. It's not just a machine line.
Most digs have a basic infrastructure if human presence should be needed. Probably also rudimentary living quarters. Doesn't mean anyone was ever here, though.
Gramps believed the place to be untouched by humans. A palace built by long-lost technology, patiently awaiting its first human inhabitants. And you figure this is no more than a bootleg mining operation. Hard to appreciate the contrast.
I generally lean towards plausible explanations. Your grandfather, well, everything he believed in, he made up himself.
I don't know about that. He had the coordinates right.
Look around you. This obviously isn't a palace.
Your man might have gotten some aesthetic details wrong, but he wasn't the kind of person who'd risk everything without some kind of proof.
I really wouldn't get my hopes up.
How do I turn down the volume on the commentary track?
You are overconfident. Immature people often are. You should be taking notes every time I open my mouth.
Well, just as I was about to think that, well, maybe this is the right way. I mean, I really have no idea where I'm going. I could go that way, I could go this way. Let's see, I came down that way. That looks like a dead end. Let's head this way. I'm just presuming that I'm supposed to be going down. And that when I reach the bottom of something, I'll find a door. Hello, what's this?
Slippery.
Alright, nothing like a one-way slide to let me know that I'm not going
What
back.
exactly are these structures then? Have you seen others like them since you're such an expert?
I've had my fair share of hauls based on wild speculation. It doesn't matter if it comes from desperate need or delusions of grandeur. There's never anything there but bitter disappointment.
Was this with Foster?
Before Foster.
I got the feeling you two have been together for ages.
I've been crisscrossing the spur for 1,000 years. Foster was with me for a century and a half.
Okay, so whatever this is, it's been around for a very long time. was that? Can I do it again? Huh. Oh well. Holy shit. Let's get off of the stairs.
If you've only been with Foster for a century and a half, you hardly knew him at all. I mean, we've been traveling together for a century, and we only just met.
100-year haul is quite the extreme. Foster's longest was 16. I knew him plenty.
He trusted you, and said that I could too. That you would help me.
Foster didn't leave me much choice. You don't mess up a job for your grandfather and then team up with the person you were sent out to get in the first place.
You could have just handed me back.
You really are naive.
I think you're doing this because you believe there's a chance to get your friend back.
You're so caught up in your homemade religion that you're oblivious to common sense. I warned Foster about you resourcefuls. Best not to deal with your kind.
Why did you then? Get involved, I mean.
Foster disagreed. And gold makes for a powerful argument.
Gold? 20 billion years, or however long in the future, and we're still talking about gold? Well, I guess shiny is shiny. Gotta say though, I would not be a fan of working here. I mean, I'm afraid of heights. And this
There
would
must
be...
be a way inside down there. That looks like some kind of landing bay.
It looks like nothing of the sort.
You know, you're nothing like I expected from a friend of Foster's. Such an odd team.
An old rescue vessel from the Requisition and a man without a past. None of our marks knew what hit them. And then we were gone. The stuff we pulled off. You wouldn't believe it.
I believe it. I was one of your jobs.
A thieving rich kid with a gambling problem hardly qualifies. I got the brief. Not much of an extraction, really. No one giving a shit about you where you dug down. Only challenge Foster could see was that your grandfather wanted you to willingly hand back whatever it was you stole from him.
You're wrong about everything. Even Foster.
I seriously doubt that I am. He was good, Foster. Always had his eye on the ball. You may think you knew him, that he felt sorry for you, but he would never let that happen. I don't know what went wrong that night, why Foster died, but I'm sure you don't understand much of it either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to threaten your romance.
Cute.
But I mean, is this girl a thief? Are they thieves, or is... Well, we'll find out. Either way, I think
Finally, something.
we're finally inside. Hopefully.
It's stuck. I need some force. Does the gun pack any punch?
Let's see. One cell, huh?
Wow. I like it.
I'm taking the gun offline, to preserve energy.
Ah, it pulls from your energy bar. Lovely. Of course. Ooh.
I'll be there. Are you getting all this?
I'm with you.
Swanky.
He was right. It all looks completely untouched.
For a second I thought those were... I can't tell if those are reflections or if those are transparent. Either way. I don't think there's anything to take here, so let's just... Nope. Nope, juice to the elevator. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any point looking for a loot or anything, because I really don't think there's going to be any.
You were right about the palace. What's the plan now?
We get Foster back, and then we leave.
I was hoping for something more specific.
I suppose we're looking for some sort of apparatus like the one Gramps had.
Would that be the Soul Sucker?
I'll know it when I see it.
Even if you did find the thing, this place is dead. What mythic technology might be here is now useless.
We just need to power her up. Tell her that we're here. I can feel this is going to work out just fine.
Shouting, okay.
Hello? Anyone home?
I'm moving down. There must be some sort of power below the halls.
That goes up. As she just said, we're moving down, so let's go that way.
Hello?
Cool. I can make noise. It's, you know, knocking on walls, but I'll take it. Cool.
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort. We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
Oh, guess I just jumped down here. I wonder if there's a different way, though. I suppose not. Let's get to it then. Okay, I don't think that actually took any energy, but at least now I know how to do that.
Look at that. It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Do I keep doing it? Do I only need to do it once? You know what, let's move on. Ah, here we go. Big old stairway.
I bet that's an activation mechanism for the door.
but as I'm sure my disembodied voice would say, doesn't do a whole lot of good without any power.
This is meaningless. Foster is dead. Some things just cannot be undone. Think about it. If you could capture the souls of the dead in a cube, and then bring the person back to life, surely it would be a huge industry.
It's not like that. I know for a fact that he's in there.
I have wondered how you came to believe that, but I doubt that I'll agree with your reasoning. You resourcefuls are too far removed from reality to make sense. You've seen nothing but the bought and paid for fairy tale designed by your grandfather.
Well, the reality of my fairy tale upbringing was that it was all about this place. No, even before that, my genes. Graham spent centuries creating his resourcefuls, carefully picking potential from the gene pool. We were created to come here, and this feels very real to me.
Okay, so dude lived for centuries. This is getting interesting. Ooh.
Now, these I know. We had rings exactly like them in the gardens.
The suit detects a small gravity charge inside the scepter.
Perhaps it can power the big door. The pedestal looks like the activation mechanism.
Okay, let's
Just out of curiosity, what's the higher meaning of keeping scepters displayed inside huge rings made of gold? It does seem a bit much, even if you are filthy rich.
The rings were not for show. They are part of our training.
Oh, and you do what exactly? Step inside and feel wealthy?
Not quite. The rings spin up, and the challenge is to get out in one piece. At first, staying in there is the only sane thing to do. But as the hunger comes, the rhythm of the spinning starts to sink in. At some point, you realize that starving eats away at your chance of making it out. Then the leap. Most wait too long.
Right. You almost had me going there for a while.
That sounds like insanity, but okay. Still not entirely certain if I need to be down here or up there, so I'm just gonna loop back in here real quick and make sure there's no place for me to use this thing. After all, now I'm without such a not too subtle flashing triangle saying, go this way. Alright, yeah. Let's go ahead
You were
and...
heading for the big door. Perhaps I should pin it to your HUD.
Okay. I stand corrected. So I guess resourceful is just some sort of secret agent or something. Seems like kind of intense training if you have to steal something and then, you know, risk getting torn to pieces just to get away with it.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed that there were no other exits from this pit than the big door. How I hope the scepter will magically make it open.
It will work.
Must be nice always feeling that the world will act in your favor. It doesn't, though. My guess is that you will learn this momentarily.